What does katana mean? It means Japanese sword. 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 Sword.
What the fuck is up, gamers? Welcome to the Nut Zone. You know who it is. It's your boy. It's the other boy. It's the third boy. It's that other boy.
I don't know how I feel about that intro.
I love it.
I liked it. It was aggressive as fuck.
I don't know that I understand what the horns were for. Is it
get your attention?
Okay,
you're right off the bat.
So, like, you guys realize that our intro song is kind of like a chill, like laid back, like sword, and then it instantly switches to Call of Duty Modern Warfare air horn hit marker.
Yes.
So basically, here at the Nut Zone, we're all about keeping you on your toes. Because if you're elite gamers like us, you know you can't ever be resting on your laurels. Right. You always have to be pushing the envelope and pushing the button in the sound. That's fun things.
Okay, that's incredibly loud, dude.
Hit that soundboard, boy.
This is episode 2, canonically. We didn't record 12 episodes before this.
It's more than 12.
Be silly if we
that'd be pretty stupid. I would.
Yeah, it'd be crazy if it was like way more than 12 over like 6 months.
That'd be wild. We got a hot one. Well, it's gonna be room temp for you tonight.
You know, it'd be really crazy if we recorded episodes over 6 months, but we didn't get any better at it.
That'd be wild. Yeah,
we have gotten. Don't worry.
I think
it's crazy that how much better we have gotten about it.
I think over our full 2 episodes that we've recorded so far, we've gotten pretty good at it over the last only 2 weeks. Really, it's just that's canon. Okay, you can't look at the filler episodes.
Maybe someday we'll create a treasure map that leads to a hard drive of all the old episodes. But when they finally get to it and they get to the hard drive, it's just a message in a bottle. And then they have to
internalize it.
They have to follow the map and the message in the bottle in order to get to a remote island.
If the listeners are anything like me, I'm not doing the first step. I'm definitely not doing any of the steps after that.
They'll be lost forever. They'll age, and eventually someone will find the floppy disk with the remaining episodes.
Yeah, we'll have our voices all like encoded down to like 8-bit or whatever, so it can fit on the floppy disk.
It'll be on a vinyl. On a phonograph.
Oh, there's an idea. We can do a podcast in the Xbox Live Party channel.
I don't know how I feel about
merch
that.
Alert. Podcast episode 3 on a vinyl.
Tactical nuke incoming!
That was the earliest merch alert I've ever seen. So we're gonna do the next episode. Not this one. Episode 3 will be on vinyl.
Yes.
That's next week, guys. Look out for that.
Only that episode.
Yeah,
I got a good feeling next week's gonna be a banger.
It's gonna be a hot one, I think.
It can't be longer than probably 30 minutes though. If it's going on vinyl.
It's like two-sided.
You gotta flip the side too.
Who's gonna be the guy's like, no, flip
we
the
can
side
sell
B.
more vinyls.
Didn't they do a bunch of like super long-winded like prog rock albums that came out on vinyl? Like I feel like it used to be a whole thing where like you would create the album as a vinyl experience, like flowing from song to song. That used to be like how music was made.
Yeah,
you know, back
like on purpose, or as a way to scam people out of money.
I mean that like the actual physical media of how songs are recorded changes like the content and how it's created.
Oh, because they have to fit it on this, so.
And it's not like you can go back
the
and skip and like go like I'm gonna go to track 8. You know, it's like you put the vinyl on and you have to listen to the whole thing. Yeah.
If I'm being honest, I don't know how a vinyl works.
Well, vinyl
you can't
sometimes have like start marks. Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
You just have to find the right groove.
You have to move the pen. Yeah, you have to move.
You just gotta find the groove, man.
You gotta find the groove, man.
Yeah, we had a vinyl player
every day.
Okay. We had a vinyl player in college, and you'd have to kind of like remember where the groove was, and you could kind of start at exactly the start of the song, but usually you'd get like right near the end of a previous song and roll into the next one.
That's the thing with vinyl is like if someone's listened to it a bunch and they're like, that's where you can. Oh, I know this vinyl so well that I know the groove. I know where to get my favorite song.
God, I bet that impresses a ton of people.
Probably 100 years ago, maybe.
A ton of hot chicks.
Yeah. Isn't it crazy how you always
knows his vinyls?
Yeah, it's crazy how you always know when that song starts.
It's like going to your favorite YouTube video and skipping to the funny part that It's like you know exactly where it is on the timeline.
Listeners, tell us, do chicks dig vinyl? Sound off in the comments below. Send this podcast to any women in your life.
Please.
Some people here are single, so
we've got big plans for domestic violence prevention in the future.
We're gonna cause it.
We got big plans for domestic violence.
Whole fundraiser plan for that.
Sometimes, in order to figure out how to solve problems, you have to create them.
That sounds like a line from the
Did they make a
Joker.
show about that called like Criminal Minds or something, where the guy gets into the mind of the criminal and like has to act out the crimes, and that's how he's.
No, it's just
They have a
stops
Key
by
and Peele skit on that where the guy jacks off all over the crime scene to solve the mystery.
That's a Key and Peele thing.
Yeah,
It sounds like it.
Oh, I think I've seen that one. Yeah, that one's good.
yeah, it pops up on Snapchat a lot.
All right,
That's a
let's
weird
move it
place for
along
it.
into our topics. We got some spicy topics.
Do we?
Yeah, toilet paper sucks. Steve, you want to explain that one?
Yeah, I didn't put it in there, but I did bring it up in Snapchat. And by bringing it up, I mean I sent you guys a meme, and we'll have to find it and put it up on the screen so that people can see it. But it's basically like I think it's a pedal system. So you're sitting down in your toilet and you get your feet up on the pedals, which is already the proper stance for taking a duke.
Yeah.
Getting your knees up. Yeah. So this one has pedals, and then the toilet paper has already been strung along, much like some sort of a floss that just kind of goes from the back of the toilet to the front. And then when you're ready to wipe after making your loaf, you just start pedaling like you're riding a bike, getting some exercise in, and then the TP unwinds and it just cleans you right out.
That sounds like a good way to get a good thing, a rug burn right on the scrotum.
That sounds like a good way to get like hemorrhoids.
Yeah,
that's a good way to get poopy
it's
pants.
certainly more efficient usage of TP, but the real end game here, boys, I think is the old bidet.
So we're just,
I would own a bidet.
Yeah,
I would honestly own a bidet.
Okay, hold on. You can get like toilet attachments off of Amazon.
Yeah, but wouldn't you want like a bougie, like actual, like your separate bidet, like it was?
You could get
knockoff $20 add-on bullshit.
You got your entry-level bidets. You got your premium bidets. You got your concierge bidets, where it comes with a guy who stands there and washes your ass for you. Yeah,
I want it to be gold-plated.
Not everyone has that kind of scratch, though, Elliot. And so, if you look in your kitchen in the cupboard, you might see like some sort of a turkey baster. And if you take that into the bathroom with you, when you're done making waste, you can use that to squirt water up there. It's the same thing as a bidet. It cleans you right out.
Is that going to have the amount of pressure that you need, though?
If you get a big enough turkey baster, yeah, you can get it up in there. And you might need to actually enter to
just put it in the anal cavity a little bit.
Yeah.
It just hangs out in my bathroom.
Yeah.
And I now have to explain why it's there.
Well, people will know.
It's going to be massive.
They'll know one of two things. Either this guy's there. They'll know either this guy's got a do-it-yourself bidet or he's into some really weird shit.
Those are the only two options.
Do-it-yourself bidet.
Did you guys ever read the story of the poop knife?
No, I did not.
Yeah, that's actually that's like one of the few good things to come out of Reddit. I forget the entire context, but basically like someone grew up with like a butter knife that was like hung by a string from the wall next to the toilet, and you would use that to cut up the big logs so they didn't jam up the plumbing.
What? It had to have been a shitty toilet because that just shouldn't be necessary.
No, right.
Bad.
Or really bad. I mean, it depends on how big of logs we're talking about.
Right? He had to cut up the logs.
Who are these people?
His family was notorious for giant logs.
And so then of course he ends up in some sort of social situation where he has to take a shit, but the person understandably doesn't have a poop knife, and then asks them about it, and they look at him like he just killed their cat or something.
What are we talking about?
What? What do you mean? What are we talking about? It's a fucking podcast.
Is this a real story?
Yes, I will find it. I literally all I have to do is Google poop knife, and I will have it for you.
Okay.
Well, actually, this came up with a product that I don't know if this is.
It came up with a product?
Oh, okay. We're gonna have to show that.
Yeah, we're gonna.
To the viewers.
Fine, okay. Usually no links, but like I gotta see this shit.
Endorsed by
it's
Learned,
fake.
but on Reddit.
It's
right.
fake.
So I think that is the original poster.
Okay.
Endorsed by Learn,
it's a
but
gag
on
gift.
Reddit.
It's not a real product. It's a gag gift.
It looks like it's silicone though, which I guess that makes sense.
It's not for
Be a
real use though.
samurai
It's
of the
literally a
poo-poo
joke.
platter.
It's
But
not
you
intended.
could use it for real though.
Yeah, I guess. I suppose you
I
could.
like the packaging. Like,
I just I mean, I guess everyone looked at the Squatty Potty under the same light originally. It was kind of a joke, like, why would you need to put your knees up or whatever as a joke? Yeah, everyone's walking around swamp ass in the Renaissance.
The Squatty Potty is like weird, but it makes sense. I get it.
Yeah.
And if I had my own house, I'd probably buy one or two.
Why would you need
a decent product? Two
for the other
bathrooms.
bathroom.
Oh, true. I would just
kitchen?
I would just keep the one with me at all times. In case you're ready to get
to a
you need to get
butter
rolling.
bottle.
Yeah.
You know what you
Or
could do?
jar.
Those they have those water flossers. I've got one of those. Actually, a nice
For
product.
your teeth?
Yeah, you could,
Yeah.
but those are portable in theory.
Shit.
So you just have to have the water reservoir with you. But you know,
What
you
if
could,
well,
Manscaped,
the
like,
water
came out
reservoir
with
is just
one?
in the toilet. You could just use that stuff.
okay, I don't know. Well, I mean, if you're in public though, I don't know if you want to be using that water.
That's true. Yeah.
But so here's the play though, is so you've got a little case that you carry with you, okay? And if anyone asks, it's for work. But then you find the toilet stall that has the diaper changer pull down dealio. And so then you can pull that down and then unfold your case. So you've got, your standard issue brush in there for when you need to get in there. You have your water flosser with the reservoir.
Like a hygiene kit, but specifically
right. But
for number
specifically
twos?
for your ass, yeah.
It's got some
you get the
balms
poop
and
knife
oils in there
naturally.
too. A poop knife, a second.
Maybe
poop
this is
knife.
what that guy wanted for $10, Tim.
Yeah, here I'm already predicting an issue with this. So you're carrying around your briefcase with your poop knife and your other weird shit. You gotta get on a plane, and you're trying to bring this through TSA.
Well, it's
The poop knife
silicone.
is
It's
silicone,
silicone,
yeah.
Elliot.
So
Will
I'm
that
waving
fly?
the
But it's also
silicone
not
poop
sharp
knife
either.
at
It's
them.
not sharp.
Okay.
yeah, you can have silicone. People
Okay.
bring dildos through
It's-
TSAs and whatnot.
Yeah, as long as they're not metal.
Okay.
It hurts them with that thing. But
They should make one that's a samurai sword, though.
I
my
will go with the intro.
my concern with carrying around your poop knife. I mean, is there also like a sanitary sheath for it?
That's true.
That kind of when you put it in there, it's kind of coated in some sort of
Get some Lysol or something. that'll do it.
Lysol. Yeah, something fresh.
That's the only thing you're gonna clean it with?
Yeah.
Lysol.
Once
Spray
Elliot,
it and call it
Elliot,
good?
all of the germs exist in the stink. When the stink is gone, you're good to go.
Dude, why does your briefcase smell like cleaning supplies and shit?
I'm a janitor.
Well,
I
you
like that
got
it's-
quite the nose there, guy.
Let me explain to you what's in this briefcase. Where are you going? I like that
Why
it's
does your
cleaning supplies
briefcase smell
and
like a
shit
porta potty
because
with
the
treated
Febreze
water?
doesn't actually cover it.
Eh.
Oh man, so that's why TP sucks because you can't carry it around with you and clean it with Lysol.
Really,
Right?
we just
Is
need a
that-
more
is that-
luxury experience. Yeah, I mean,
What was
that's what
our-
it comes
what was
down
our
to.
point?
Well, what's
Yeah.
like what's the other option? Bidet, your hand,
Toilet paper.
Well, wet
Toilet
wipes.
paper?
Like
Wet wipes,
Wet
yeah.
wipes.
Sort of
People
a
say wet
sanitary-
wipes.
Dude
sanitary-
wipes.
Dude wipes
Yeah.
are the best thing ever.
Yeah.
Those
You don't
are
have to
pretty
buy
nice.
that stupid brand that are too expensive. You just get
Yeah.
the Target brand, and it's
Yeah.
fucking great.
Yeah, I saw this on TV somewhere, so this isn't my bit. But like, if you get poop on your hands, you're not going to just wipe it off with a napkin you find at Red Robin, right? You're going to go to the bathroom and you're going to wash it with soap and water. So why wouldn't you treat your butthole the same way?
Exactly. Or you could be like,
So you could just
what's-
be the
what's
shower
guy?
boy after the deuce.
Because my shit doesn't come out of my hands. That's why. Would
Yeah,
be my
but-
response to that.
I have a question. So let's get into the panic toilet paper, the danger toilet paper, and that's when you go into a bathroom, probably your own at home, and you were lazy and didn't put a new roll in there, and there's no TP for your butthole, and you got to make a decision. Do you
I
go
waddle.
Do you waddle to get TP? Do you hop in the shower and take care of all of it in there, or do
Waddle.
you lose a sock?
The shower is the correct answer.
I'm
Waddle.
not.
I mean,
gonna
if there's
waste
other
a sock.
TP, I waddle and then shower if necessary.
Okay, so
Yep.
Tin's a waddler, I think you said. You're not going to waste a sock.
I'm not wasting a sock.
Under what conditions would you be pressed to waste that sock? I'm
no
curious.
one's wasting a
would-
sock in their own goddamn home.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
if it was
house,
someone else's home.
You
what
got
I'm
to change
saying.
the scenario. Yeah.
So,
Well, even
say
if it's
you're,
someone else's home, you can't flush a sock, you know?
Yeah.
So
Could
what do
if
do?
you want to fuck up
you throw it away.
somebody's.
So you're given a big business presentation, Tin, for your company or whatever it is.
Okay, hold
And you have to run to the bathroom for a
Then I gotta
minute
do some
during
big
your
business in the
recess.
bathroom.
Yeah, you got
You just
big
reminded me of
business in the
something.
bathroom.
I had
Yeah.
a cousin that he shit himself, and his response. So he was 12, which is too old to be doing this for one. But he shit himself, so his response was to flush his underwear down the toilet. Needed a plumber to get it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that stuff doesn't break down.
I have a very similar story where our good friend Joe Dirt shit himself while we were in high school.
I remember that.
that. And he proceeded to flush his underwear.
You're kidding
And
me.
what
Where was this
happened
at?
is my house.
Oh, wow.
So
Oh, wow.
we had to redo our plumbing for that because guess what? Someone else was doing. My brother was dating this one chick who was kind of a little skank at the time, and he was flushing a lot of condoms. A lot of condoms, and you don't do that. Exactly. So if anyone wants to take a note from that and didn't know that, don't flush those fucking things down the toilet.
Yeah, I don't know, man. You know,
That seems like it was a lesson for everyone. That's the kind of scene where it's like the lessons learned and then the sitcom theme plays in and it just goes to black.
Yeah.
Like that's good. That's good stuff. That's wholesome, I think.
Yeah, but Joe Dirt never told me that he soiled himself like that.
Wait, so
And-
how'd you find out?
Because we had to redo our fucking
Yeah, how'd you know it was
plumbing,
him?
and homeboy
you
pulled out a
were
thing.
right.
How do you know it was him?
It was
have you ever
a
played the game
moment of
Guess Who?
clarity. It
You
was
ever
a
played
moment
Guess
of
Who?
clarity of just
Yeah.
like, I know who wears those fucking Hanes boxers, and I know that looks about. I was like thinking, I was like, wait, I know someone who shit themselves and probably dumped their underwear here. I can't remember the last time someone shit themselves in my house.
Yeah, if it
I was
happens
like, why-
frequently, you need to have a conversation
yeah, I
with
was about
everyone
to
that
say,
comes
this
into your
should
house.
be like a
But what I was
one-up,
gonna say is,
a
I feel
one-up.
like you run the list of people that came over to your house, and you kind of just narrow it down. You know, like you start buying
exactly.
vowels until the word starts making sense. You know.
Well, then you're like, who could have actually flushed their shitty underwear down my, into my septic?
To be fair, I feel like that decision at that time does kind of make the most sense
No.
out of your options.
Not
Are those
flushing it.
coming
I
out?
think-
and
I think
Throw it in the
own it.
trash.
Poop
Let me
myself.
know.
I think you own it. Like I think
Definitely
the move
own
that
it.
I would do would be to own it and say, come down laughing like, dude, I totally shit my pants and
Okay, so
I
I've got a
threw it into
story
your
of this.
trash can, like somewhere that it's not going to get stuck. And, like,
so-
and then you can throw it in there and then just go
Thousands of
take it
dollars of
outside.
repairs.
Yeah, just
All right,
take it
so-
outside to the bin right away and say, hey man, that was fucking hilarious. Just
So
shit
one
my
time
pants.
in middle school,
Dudes, check this out.
I went over to John's, right?
Uh-huh.
And I walked in. It was him and Mitch.
We'll cut that. Go
Mitch
ahead.
Crumboy.
Mitch Crumble.
Mitch Crumble.
Mitch Crumble.
And
Crumbling
so I walked
hairline.
in, and I went for. I thought it was a fart. I lost the gamble,
Yep.
And then I immediately just went, I gotta go. And they were
I
like, wait, but you
gotta
just
go.
got here. And I was like, I gotta go. And then I just ran out.
Yeah, that's appropriate.
Yeah. So like, there's a moment. I feel like there's a moment in there when you took the gamble, you started farting, and then like a little extra came out. Like, did Hello Darkness start playing in your head? Like
Did you get halfway through a good
Did you
rip and then
attempt
it
to
just
clench
filled
it
your
back in?
shorts?
It was liquid.
And then everything got
stop
warm.
It was liquid. There was
I'm
no
laughing
stopping
because I
her.
know what you're talking about.
We all do.
That's the sad thing, right?
yeah, we've
Well,
all
everyone's
been.
done it.
We've all been
Everyone's
there.
done it.
Yeah.
It's just, it depends where it happens, where it becomes unfortunate. Because if it's at home, you just hop in the shower,
Really, if it's
Yeah.
anywhere but home, it's a problem.
Yeah.
On our sister podcast, CUMTOWN, We're not actually sister podcasts with them,
That'd be a
unfortunately.
good joke, though.
Well,
Just like-
actually, we'll just go ahead and cut that part and say we're sister podcasts with them. One of the hosts,
I think you should leave that whole phrasing.
Yeah,
one
I'm
of the
leaving
hosts
it.
literally like shit clear through his linen pants on before an episode, and so they just spent the entire episode roasting him. It was pretty funny.
Who the fuck wears linen pants?
Little
Yeah.
hole.
I know
that's what I'm saying.
he's a. Oh, I'm gonna find a picture of him, and then you'll completely understand.
He's an absolute soy.
Yeah, and then we can put this up in the show notes here.
So like, was it? What was the consistency? Was it like a mist? Or,
I
like, what-
really don't know.
It's like
I
it's
wish-
like linen, right? I'm thinking
Oh,
like
yeah,
you get
holy
enough,
shit.
you get a
Came
high
out with an
pressure
edge.
system there.
Oh, this fucking guy. Yeah.
He, I could see him doing that.
Yeah. Shout out to Adam. I know you're listening to the show.
This
big
is
fan.
something those fucking idiots would listen to. It's another bunch of dumbass friends. What are we moving on to now? So I'm guessing Kitten is about you, Nick?
Yes, my coworker is trying to pawn off one of her new kitties onto me.
You mean bless you with it?
Bless me with one for free. Yeah, she said she'd even throw in some cat food and a carrier and all that kind of stuff. So no, she's a really nice gal.
How kind of her to burden you with a worse dog.
We've already had this discussion, so
we haven't released it, so this is new.
But
New
this
to
is
them.
episode 2, though. Remember?
How
Talk about episode
about
1.
we just go ahead and actually this is what we can do for podcast
I get it,
production
guys.
moving
No,
forward. Just let me finish here. So what we'll do, we've got probably 15 hours or so of content. We'll
Let's
just
crop it all together into one coherent thing.
well, yeah, we'll just splice and
Holiday
paste
special.
wherever we need to what's the word that I'm looking for?
Sounds like a lot of
Supplement
work
the
you're
doing.
conversation.
That's what I
I'm
was gonna
cringing.
say.
I'm cringing thinking
That sounds
about
like a
just
lot of
doing
Let's
work.
bring
that.
let's bring that work level back down
No,
and
no.
just
Yeah.
say maybe they get uploaded.
Bold
Nick
of
wants to
you,
do it all.
bold
That's
of
fine.
Nick to say we when he meant to
Yeah.
say Charles will cut it all back in together.
I
And
will do
also,
it.
can we call attention to the fact that Nick is fleeing, arms in the air, sprinting, screaming from this debate?
All right, buddy. We
I-
all
I-
know cats are better.
I'm
so
just
let's
one
just
that's
move
not
past
gonna
it.
say
I'm not
of
going to
the
compare
debate.
them because I
No,
look
it's a
at cats and
preference thing.
dogs different ways. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, they're different.
But this
Yeah, you
okay,
look at
so-
one of them with joy, it sparks joy, and the other one.
Steve, I
why-
don't believe you own a cat or a dog.
I
do you
do
even
not.
have a voice to say in this debate?
I
That's
do.
what I'm gonna
I think-
say.
You can still have
you're,
an opinion.
And how dare
You
you?
can have an opinion, but I'm saying he's kind of like 3/5 of an opinion of one of us, you know?
That's
That's a very
No,
specific
I don't-
amount.
Yes, it is.
Guacamole make a penis.
this is going off the rails, boys. I don't know.
I will say you took it off the rails because I was trying to tell a sweet story
Yeah,
about a kitten.
Finish your story.
All
Okay,
right, let's
so
go back to
where
the
we're at.
story. Let's
Okay,
go
We'll
back to the
discuss
story.
Kitten after.
Basically, yeah. So her in-laws have cats that they don't spay or whatever. They're just barn cats, and so they tend to produce litters. And so the last litter died in the cold over the winter because the mom would get screechy and crazy if people approached her cats, but she wouldn't actually keep them warm. And then so this one survived though, and they were bringing it out to show her cousins. Along with a couple of other ones from the litter. And when they were getting it out to show to them, this little kitty jumped down, ran under the car, and climbed up. And they weren't sure where it went. They kept searching for it, and they looked
Climbed up
all
into
around
the
the car. They got someone with a jack to pull up the car and completely looked under it, looked under the other cars, just spent hours trying to look for this cat. Didn't see it. So they went home and after they pulled into their garage, shut the car off, and then a couple of hours later, someone went into the garage and started hearing meow, little scared meowing. And
Yeah.
so they end up taking, I think they either had to take a tire off or they figured out it was coming from one of the wheel wells. And so then they go up into the wheel well and somehow it had wedged itself up in there and ridden on the highway home. And yeah. So that little kitten is a survivor, and he will be my best friend.
Like you
Yeah.
mean Kitten?
Kitten.
So what's
You'll
the
love
name
it.
going to be? And is it going to be Travis?
Oh, please name it Travis.
Yeah, please name it Travis.
You can't really name a cat before you go
Can you
and see
name
it in
it
person. I don't
full name better, Travis?
think. Oh, that'd be good.
Ooh.
That way he knows.
Cat
You-
Travis?
You can call him BT for short.
We'll call you Travis 1, and we can just call you Travis 2.
Call him
Travis,
Travis
The
Scott.
human will be. Yeah, I like that.
Call him the
Travis
Travis
Scott
Scott meal
Olsen.
from McDonald's.
Oh, I need a sicko mode
Didn't
effect
that
on the
didn't that
soundboard.
last for like a week?
Yeah, it was pretty good. But they swap them out now with different ones.
My
Yeah.
issue is they don't actually modify the menu
Megabytes?
enough to make it interesting.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I want some real unique stuff happening.
And it's
with
always
my-
a Big Mac. It's always like, oh, this celebrity loves having just a standard Big Mac with like fries and a different dipping sauce.
This celebrity
oh,
loves
that
our
sounds
to me
most
about
expensive
right.
menu item
Yeah,
combo.
yeah, exactly.
Crazy.
It's a
Who'da
wild how
thought?
that always works out. This celebrity loves having extra beef patties, but only eating 3 of them. So we're only going to give you 3. I don't know.
For $3
I don't get it.
extra.
It's like when they have the cars in the lot, right? On sale, and they come out. They go, you know what? For you, I could knock this thing down $500, but it's always been that price. They just have it as a higher price in the lot,
Yeah.
That's
make you
only
feel
just-
better.
That's just good marketing.
Yeah, but people just smell
Yeah.
bullshit a mile away with car dealerships
Yeah,
now.
I don't
I
think
feel
there's
like
really
most
such a
people
good
do.
thing as marketing in cars. It's either the guy wants the car or he doesn't.
Yeah. Ben, do you remember when I was looking at bikes before I had my helmet stolen and my
Yep.
my entire dream died with it? That we were going looking in some city up north, and this sales guy was like, "Oh, you like this bike?" And I said, "Yeah, I do. It's pretty nice. I'm still gonna get I haven't got my
Call it to
license
me.
yet, so I'm gonna work on that. And but yeah, I'll probably come back and take a look again." And he's like, "Well, you gotta act fast, buddy, because I don't know if you heard about the embargoes going on, but these things are getting stopped at the border. We're having a tough time getting them in. This is the only one we got.
Yeah, you know our
So I
border
gotta act
our
quick.
embargo with Japan.
Like, first of all, if I tell you that I want this bike and there's one at the border, you will get one over here as quickly as you can because you want to make this sale. You need me to buy this thing. I don't need you to get it here for me. And second of all, I don't have my fucking license yet, so I want to get that first. You sleazy asshole." So I didn't go back there because he's an asshole.
But you
Mhm.
also didn't go anywhere.
I also didn't go anywhere. Yeah, that's true. But I wasn't planning on having my car broken into and my helmet stolen.
So they
And
Car
like
got
the-
broken into
that-
and your
that-
helmet got stolen?
Yeah, among
To
like
be fair, a helmet's like $40.
No. But
he got a nice helmet.
I was trying to go into this, but like because the helmet got stolen, I was like thinking to myself, I've got nowhere to store this,
Oh, fair.
like any of this stuff, and so like that for me was like I'm gonna wait till I buy my own place and like get my own garage and secure all that shit, and then
No,
I'll
that's fair. I don't
and then
like
I'll worry
keeping my
about it.
bike in Minneapolis.
Yeah, it was more of like a sign than just like, oh, my bike's gone. I can't get a second one of those. I guess I'll just quit. Like,
I had a bad experience with a car person owning some sort of a car shop. That's how I'm going to
A
transition
mechanic?
it.
was it like just some guy's house, or what was this place?
No, so I'm trying to transition into auto maintenance because
yeah.
Brent brought my car in just for a fucking oil change or whatever, Ford Focus, and
Change
so
your oil.
apparently the guy had got confused between my Ford Focus and another one because I'm like just sitting in the lobby waiting for my oil change to get done, and he like calls me up and he like looks like he's kind of in a mood, and so I'm like, "Is everything all right?" He's like, "Yeah, I don't know why you brought this in," and I'm like, okay, I because it needed an oil change, and out of nowhere, there's like other people in the lobby. He just yells, "Close your fucking gas cap!" And I'm just like, "What? Excuse me?" And he's like, "That was your problem the whole time." And I'm like, "No, I think you've got it confused." And then so like we go to the paperwork and point out. I was like, "Oh, yeah, that was the other one." And I'm just like,
What?
"Are you serious, dude? Like that is how you're gonna like run your business?" Even if in that circumstance that was my car, like that's how you're gonna.
You should.
Yeah, but
I mean,
like, getting all upset about it is one thing, but the fact that he didn't walk out and go, "Hey, point, is that your Focus right there? Okay, now I'll react to it." Like he just came out guns blasting.
Yeah,
For no, that's a little. Where did you even go? Was it like a named place?
No, a local place. It was just convenient. It was within like basically walking distance of my place. So I'm just like, I'll drop this off and go back home.
The thing so with local mechanics that I know, like if like local I mean, I rarely bring my car to a mechanic, but unless I know the guy, like I don't like bringing him to random shops because I know how awful some of these fucking people are. Because I've been ripped off with my mom's car. Like they brought it to some fucking monkey. He has no idea what he's doing, and it's caused more problems for me when I got the car.
Okay, but if you need your car fixed and you're the average person who doesn't have a family friend that's willing to do $2,000 worth of repairs on free, like you kind of have to just like eventually pick a spot. Like,
well, that's different. I mean,
place now every time, but like, you know, whenever you need a car fix, you got to bring it somewhere.
Yeah. But you should change your own oil, Nick.
That's what I was about to say.
Jesus Christ.
So here's my question: is how much do you guys pay for oil changes at a shop?
All right,
but if you don't have a house, that's very hard to do.
I'll accept that.
Yeah,
but she doesn't.
I'm just asking, like, how much do you pay generally?
It's generally like $40.
You can get them for like $25 if you look for coupons and shit.
Yeah, I do.
Is the premium oil a scam?
No.
See,
No.
I pay zero
with mine. The like manufacturer recommends like the synthetic premium oil or whatever.
Synthetic oil.
No, you're fine with putting
some of the
whatever
newer
you want
ones
in there.
want that.
Yeah, your car's fine with whatever you put into it.
You should probably put whatever the manual says to put in.
I mean, that's what
I'm with the manual.
Yeah, so some of the newer ones.
Well,
like,
it's not like
prefer that.
The full synthetic stuff isn't like more expensive. You can still buy Super Tech and
yes,
it
is.
Fine.
It is
100% more expensive.
Well, hold on, Tim. No, it's not. Have you been to Walmart?
Yeah.
What?
It's
no,
it's
the same exact price. They're going to charge you
I'm
more.
telling you. I'm not saying the conventional oil at Walmart's $18, and I'm telling you the synthetic is $22.
So it's more expensive. Yeah,
that's $4 more expensive. I'm telling you that.
Percentage-wise, it's over 10%.
Yeah.
It's like 20.
How often do you guys change your oil?
5,000.
5,000.
Yeah.
I
get mine for free because it's the company vehicle.
Much. I don't put a whole hell of a lot of miles on my car, so I just do it before the winter and then in the spring, fall and spring, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you need to do to actually change your oil? I don't. You need a jack.
No, you don't.
Stand?
No.
I just slide under mine.
You have
but
a
I also
truck.
have a truck, so that doesn't really. It's not fair.
So like for mine, you would need a jack or
ramps are
good.
good.
Ramp. Yeah.
Do you need a torque wrench?
No, God. See, okay, this is the thing why I will never bring my car to get oil changed at like a shop. Because those guys will fucking just impact wrench your drain plug on. And I don't know if you ever tried to get a fucking drain plug out that's been impacted onto your oil pan. It's not a good fucking time. Because you have to literally
have an impact wrench for getting it off.
Yeah, but you shouldn't have to be hitting your fucking oil pan with an impact. That you never ever should have to do that. Your screw, it should be like just over like finger tight. Because there's not a lot of pressure right there.
So I'm just going to ask this then. So if I do it on my motorcycle, which I changed the oil on my motorcycle, I need to have it tightened to a certain amount of pounds per foot or whatever. So it's not the same for a car.
There's a No, it is the same for the car.
So when you need it tightened to a certain extent, like isn't there a recommendation on it or no?
For the Tacoma, it's 25 or 35 foot-pounds.
Yeah.
I have torque wrenches, so it's not really a problem.
No, I do too.
You have to.
But with that said, you don't really need one.
Yeah, 20 to 30 pounds.
You can just kind of wing it.
Yeah, 20 to 30 pounds of.
It's hand tight.
Yeah, hand tight.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
It's just because like when you put your oil plug in, like you can get that thing stuck in there, and that's a problem.
Well, the real problem is on like the cast oil pans. When they impact wrench it and then crack it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if they do that, it sucks because you'll never know. until
not
it's
until-
an
No,
issue.
you'll know until when you have to go change your oil again.
Yeah,
You'll know when
but
it
you
says
won't
low
know
oil.
where you can do anything
Yeah,
about it
or
like at
says
the
low
time.
oil.
How long does it take you guys to do like a full oil change though?
I can do it in about 30 minutes.
Yeah,
Okay.
no more than 30 minutes.
I was gonna say at some point, like the value of the time that it takes to do it, I feel like comes into account, and
Yeah.
You should just
I don't know.
how to do it.
I was going to say, all you do, Nick, is you pull the drain bolt, it drains, you put the drain bolt back in, you replace the filter, and then you pour new oil in.
Yep.
Then you
But-
start it up and you check that the oil level's right. You're done.
Well, and for me, another part of it is storing the oil. I'm not a big fan of that. I'm also not a big fan of dumping it in the grass,
Walmart will take it.
Yikes! Yeah.
What?
which
What
is
the
another
fuck?
step.
Don't dump it in the grass
Yeah.
ever.
What the fuck?
What? I've
What,
never.
you
guys
People have
don't-
done that.
you guys don't do that on your way to putting your car batteries in the ocean.
Yeah.
Are you guys referring to me? I
Uh,
said I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah,
We're
but-
also
well,
we're
that
also
is
starting a
does that.
fundraiser to remove car batteries
No,
from the ocean.
I haven't.
With our new T-shirt, put your car battery in the ocean.
Yeah,
Car batteries
Walmart and
belong in the
Valvoline will
ocean.
both take your used oil.
Or
Dude, but
go
if
for
I'm,
resource
if I'm on my
center.
way to Valvoline already, I'm gonna get a little oil change while I'm there. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you won't catch me dead going somewhere to get my own fucking oil change.
Here's what I'm saying: is it cost me $25 for a premium filter, like a nice quality filter, not some Fram garbage, and for a jug of like high mileage full synthetic, $25,
Fram,
and that's
but
better
fuck
than
you.
Do you replace your filter every single time or every other?
yes,
change?
I do.
Yeah.
You technically you wouldn't have to. They
No,
are
you
rated.
really- you really
the
don't.
filters
It's good
I get are rated for
practice.
20,000
Are
miles.
they really?
But,
I didn't know that. I thought that was like a
so
change the filter too every time.
No, I
It
have a
depends
mechanic
on
friend
the,
who works on like high-end cars, and he says like every other, usually sometimes even more than that if it's looking good. You can take an air blower and just like clean it out.
That's some. I mean,
Well,
Oh,
maybe
just
he
replace
can.
it.
I don't know if anybody can, but I mean, he's just saying like you don't need to spend the money every single time on it. Is the point? Like that's a scam. That's big air filter coming at you, boys. Wake up.
I don't know. I'd rather pay the $40 than deal with the steps that are required to change the oil myself.
Like I said, our company vehicles are under a fleet management system. So like if I need anything done, I just take it in and I hand them my card with my group number and all that shit. And they tell me what they need to fix. And I just say yes. And then they go ask the fleet manager and it just happens.
Okay, but
So-
guess who doesn't have company vehicles?
Yeah,
For
but
the
I'm
rest of
just
us.
saying, y'all are bitching about oil changes, and I just take it into a guy and say, yeah, give her the works.
So you're saying you have no relatable experience to offer in this?
That's my relatable experience. That's my experience with oil changes. Y'all are
raise your
talking
hand if
about
you
impact
change the oil
wrenches
in a
and-
car.
No,
All right,
I've never.
yeah,
people
needed
are
to.
raising their hands
Raise my
virtually.
hand.
Why would you
So,
ask
what we
people to
got?
raise their
Me-
hands? No one
me-
can see the hands.
You know what I mean. So me and Ben
Dude,
have
I just
changed
Sound
the
think
off.
it's.
Raise your
I just
dongers.
don't think
I've
the
done it multiple
benefit.
times.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just
I
don't
didn't
think
hear
the
what you said.
benefit's worth it. First, I gotta go to the store. I gotta go pick up oil. I gotta go back to my house. I gotta change the oil. Now I have this oil
is
on the
what
ground that I
COVID
either just
has
store
made
or
people
bring
think.
back somewhere.
Jesus
Dude,
Christ.
I'd rather pay the $40. I saved myself 2 hours between all that time.
No,
I'm
you
with
drive
Elliot on
there
this,
and
but
sit
I'm
there and
also
wait.
not. Well, no, but it's
Like,
the trick of like finding stuff to do. Like I'll do it over my fucking lunch hour, and then I'll just go get lunch, and then I'll enjoy a nice lunch, and then I come back and my car is handled. You know, like it's like that's where I come at it. Is like I tend to value time more than money.
Same.
So it's
So
just
you can play Dead by Daylight.
Exactly. So the equation is
Yeah, I
different
was gonna
for
say,
everyone.
don't say that when you know what you're using your time for.
I am fully aware of what I'm using my time for. It's still valuable to me.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing. I must live a certain kind of way.
I guess
I
my
recognize
thought
You have
is,
time to change your own oil, though. That's for goddamn sure.
I don't have a
thought-
jack.
okay,
I don't have
you're
space for any of
speaking-
this shit. I
You're
don't
speaking
have
to the wrong guy,
tools.
Charles.
Okay, you need.
You're speaking to
you
the
need an
wrong guy
oil-
about
you
having
need
time
something
for
to-
things.
You
'Cause
need
he's
something
eating
to
dinner
drain
at
the
8
oil in
p.m.
and ramps, and like ramps aren't like. I don't know.
I have free
had
ramps
ramps
if anyone
and
wants them.
I was
I'll
gonna say
literally
I
give someone ramps.
I have ramps that are older than I am that I've been using since I can remember. Like, I don't know. I grew up always having like a garage and like just working on shit and like.
Bruh, that's not
that-
working on shit. That's literally
No, I'm just
it's a
saying like
time
having
constraint to
the
me.
stuff there. So
I
it's
don't
not
feel like
really
more
a
of
time
a man
constraint.
or less
No,
of a
that's
man
not
because
what
I
I'm
don't
fucking
change my own
saying.
oil.
Yeah.
Well, you should know how to change your own
Not to mention
fucking
you do
oil.
on your bike, Elliot, so you're
Yeah.
fine.
You
I
think
did
that?
the fucking subwiring and like radio in my car because that's like a $200 expense to have someone else do it. I think that's worth my time. But the oil, nah, dude, it's like 2 times a year I go in and pay $40. Like that's so much easier in my
I'm not saying
mind.
it's like a bad thing to go get your oil change. I just personally, I can just. Well, another thing is that we figured out that we get 2 of the big things of SuperTech oil, and that's the exact amount of oil I need to do my mom's car and my car because it takes the same oil. So we usually it's just like, well, time to change oil. We change both of the oil, me and my mom's car, and it's done.
That's fair. I follow.
I think the car I had that was the easiest to change the oil on was my Mercedes, though. That thing
Why
had
did it
the
just all
Was
fall
the
out?
filter just in a good spot or what?
No, the so it took 10W40, so like practically diesel truck oil, and it
Thick boy.
it had the filter right on top of the block, so I could just drain the oil, grab the filter on from the top of the block, not have to reach into a wheel well or under a block or anything like that, and just
And
pull
that's
it
how the
straight
Tacoma
out.
is as well. The
Yeah.
the 1GRFE has the oil filter right on up top.
It's nice. You don't have to snake your arm up to a fucking filter to try to grab it.
Yeah, I don't like that shit, especially when it's hot.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Do we want to move on from cars? I think we're turning into NPR car talk here.
True.
Oh, what's the next thing on the list here? Oh, new kind of COD. Yeah. We all
Call of
we all
Duty.
played the beta. Even Ben played the fucking beta.
I played the beta.
Do you ever get into it, Elliot, or were you playing something else? Or I didn't.
The download's too big for me.
Oh, okay. Are you really? It was only like
14
16 gigs. Yeah.
Oh,
For the
shoot, I
beta.
probably should have downloaded it.
There's still
Yeah.
2 days, buddy.
That's
Yeah,
all
Get her
right.
tomorrow.
No, I'm. If anything, I'd play it for like an hour, so I'll skip out on it.
That's all right. I mean, we were talking about this earlier, but basically, in order to compete with a lot of these people, unless if you have like 10 years of FPS experience, like Charles, you need to be like hopped up on like Adderall the entire time.
Yep.
Yeah,
But,
that's fun.
That would work too.
I love it.
I stopped caring about COD after Modern Warfare. Well, not right after, but Modern Warfare 2 was kind of my heyday. And then there was a few others that I played after that. I just for me, it's just too much of the same thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Okay,
it's a lot. It's
what
just more of the great stuff.
Here's what we're saying is like half the fun is like the interactions you have with people and how you literally hear like slices of people's lives.
Because their
And that's, like,
microphones
half
are
the
always
fun.
on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
no,
a
no,
black
yeah.
dude today. We heard a black dude like talking to his like child and orange chicken and shit.
Yeah.
So that's I totally get that. Like the experiences with the people that you're playing with, like that's why so many people played WoW for so long, and that was shitty because like they're having fun with the people they're playing with and the experiences you get with just the people, but it doesn't make the game good, right?
That's not the point, though. The game is good.
I'm not,
plus,
I know. No, it's the same garbage that you played for years and years and years, and that's fine.
That's
Yeah,
not
but-
good.
but-
That's
but-
not,
but-
no. It's not
but-
garbage
but-
because
you're
the
trying
reason
to sneak in a point that other people disagree with you with.
Can I? Okay.
the
I
reason
would like to finish
COD
my
is COD
sentence.
is because it's the same thing over and over again
All right,
because
whatever.
they got it right. It's like what people
True.
want.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
if they
think
got it wrong, they wouldn't be the biggest game, you know.
I think it's a shitty game that people enjoy for sure, and it's a fun game to play. It's just the same shit that
What's
you play
shitty
every
about
year,
it,
though.
You haven't
It's
played
just
since
like
Modern Warfare 2, so what's shitty
You
about the
just
COD
said
that
that.
came out
Yeah.
like 8
Yeah.
years later?
it's like it's just the same. Like, oh, run here, go fast, get points, shoot this guy in the head, get points. It's that over and over again. They haven't reinvented the wheel, is what I'm trying to say. Like,
But there's only so
That's
many
just-
things you can
You're-
do to reinvent
you guys
the wheel
just
at this
immediately
point.
start screaming because
Like, have
you're-
you seen movies recently? Half the movies released are just remakes of old movies that
Yeah,
were good.
I-
because
I
it's
also-
hard to
that
make a
doesn't
new
mean
I
that's a
also
good
idea.
thing.
I also think those are shit though too. Like,
I'm going to sort of agree with Steve here.
yeah.
In that
You also haven't played the newest COD though.
What do you?
Yeah,
I've been
but
playing the beta
I'm
with
talking
you.
about
Okay,
Black
that's-
Ops, which is the one
Oh.
that's been released most recently.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or
Didn't
Modern
they already have
Warfare
one called
or
Black
Black
Ops?
Ops 4.
It's Cold War, Black Ops Cold War. It's not just Black Ops.
Well,
I
you
will
did-
say,
that's all you
I-
said to me, so I wasn't
Yeah,
sure.
I know.
I
Well,
agree.
but-
I agree with the general point about like our culture being stuck and like everything just kind of, if for market incentives, basically needs to go ahead and hit the same old dopamine receptors that the previous stuff hit. And so you get your nice little happy feelings from watching the entertainment that, is already, they know that it works because the formula has already been done. And I don't know. I feel like the stuff that is like worthwhile in terms of like entertainment and consuming for like actual, I don't know, artistic value or doing something different is a lot of stuff that you never end up hearing about.
Well, it's
you have to like go seek it out.
Well, like when you say Call of Duty is not a great game, it's like, well,
I'm saying it's a fun game, but it's not. It's like, fine. Like
even
I'm
if
sure
we
the single
take
player is
multiplayer
fine.
out, the single player for Call of Duty games are like, it's the first thing I do when I get a new Call of Duty is play through the campaign. Just because I'm not like sweating out trying to get, like unlock everything right away because you got time for that. But
yeah, I guess I'm not speaking to the story at all. But like the story in Modern Warfare 2 was fun, was great, and the Black Ops game after that was great. So I won't speak to that. Like I'm sure maybe the story for this game was awesome too, and I don't know. But like it's just the same game, with like maybe you go faster in this one, or maybe you can fly in this one. But you just get points and shoot heads, and that's the same thing over and over again.
The numbers, Mason.
And
what do they mean?
People still enjoy. People scratch different itches, right, in different games, and if people enjoy playing it, that's fantastic. I think it's a shit game, but it's fun.
So what you're saying is you're too slow for Call of Duty, so it's not fun for you?
No,
that's what I
heard. That's what
not what I'm saying, but
that's what Ben's experience was with the beta, which is fair because the new Call of Duties are very fast.
Oh yeah, my complaint was that it was fast as shit.
Because literally everyone's got ADD now. Like they have to compete with everyone's fucking mental illness because of all these types of games that give you points and reward you for doing these things that are super fast. They have to go faster and faster and faster, have more pop-ups and more sounds.
Because the faster it gets, the more skill it takes. Is really
this is what I will. I think this is could be Steve is a Boomer Part 4 or Part 3.
Yeah,
I'm only ribbing.
Well, I don't know.
I think it's if you can say it in those terms, though, that's the thing with video games in general, really. I mean, the feedback loops are different. This one just happens to be like you're running the feedback loop is a hamster wheel. Yeah. Like I get that. I don't think it's an invalid point. I just think like, I don't know. Video games in general are just like you can make those same criticisms about like nearly every video game franchise, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, Pokemon, that's just the same shit. Different game, right?
Yeah, I'm not team.
And those have changed. I mean, okay, if we're gonna say from Call of Duty 4 to fucking Vanguard, it is a totally different game with how you play. But you still need to be good at Call of Duty to like just be good at it. But like how they've set up perks, how they've set up kill streaks, how they've set
up... The map
up...
design has changed a lot,
Map design's changed. Well, that, and you have Sledgehammer, so they helped with Call of Duty World War II, and we're on the Modern Warfare engine for Vanguard, the newest one. Like, you gotta understand, like, Black Ops is a different team. That's a different engine also. Like, they have different people working on these games. Like, Big Red, or, like... What was it, Big Red 1 or something like that from way back in the day? Like that was a different studio, and then like Call of Duty 4 was a different. Like it's since they've had such a long lineage of games, like they go through kind of. I mean, Advanced Warfare and Black Ops had jetpacks, and that changed how the game. I mean, that's when Call of Duty got really fast. Call of Duty 4 was fast, but then it got into like the Pro Scene, and then Pro Mod made it faster. Then you had.
Well, with sorry, just a side point, but with Call of Duty 4, the people, like a lot of the people that like originally made that went on to go and make Apex, which I think is kind of funny because Apex was like Apex Legend was like kind of evolved out of like Titanfall. I think like you can kind of see the DNA of Titanfall.
It's 100% universe from.
Oh, is it actually? Yeah, I didn't even realize.
Same universe, same guns, same exact guns. I'm not even kidding. The guns you use in Apex Legends are the same ones you use in Titanfall. All the
they should get a new
Titanfall.
That game was sick as fuck.
Titanfall is it's another one of those games where you jump around, get headshots. It's fast, but like it's a good fucking game.
So
like,
smooth.
They got it figured out.
The movement and the parkour and stuff is just incredibly smooth. The only other game I think that did parkour better because it was dedicated to it was Mirror's Edge, but like that's just because the whole game was built around parkour.
The great thing about Titanfall too is that you have Titans in it, but the thing is the Titans don't feel like these big cumbersome mass. They're fast. They're just as fast as your character because they can like jetpack slide. One of them's got a fucking sword. Like, that's the cool thing about that. When you think of like a game that's got mechs in it and first person shooting, and the first person shooting is so solid, you worry about how the mech is gonna feel because if you ever played, Mech Assault Lone Wolf back in the day on Xbox or something like that, those things just were like big giant like rock'em sock'em robot looking motherfuckers moving around real slow, but it had a good balance. But anyways, yeah, Call of Duty is great. Get more headshots. Fun. Oh yeah, playing.
I think we're gonna have to agree to disagree on probably across
also,
the Call of Duty point, but that's all right.
Once we're moving on through Call of Duty, playing on a controller. So I last night grabbed my controller and played probably a good like 6-7 hours on controller, and I like channeled back into like my 15-year-old self playing Call of Duty, and I was like, oh, this is it. Also, there's 3 or 4 different aim assist settings, which I had no idea.
Fucking console kitties and their aim assist.
Dude,
I know you need it when you're using a controller, but
it's such a different play style because like you have to like. For me, I didn't really think about how much I actually control recoil with my mouse, like how I just passively do it out of any game I ever play. I tried doing it on a controller, and I was like, oh my god. It took me like a good couple of hours to try to figure out, like, oh, I got to pull down while I'm shooting with a controller and, like, burst a little bit. You can't just, like, do a full CSGO spray transfer kind of thing. But it made my fucking hands and wrists hurt. I'll tell you that, using a controller, because I'm not used to that. That my hands just being at a different angle or something like that. I don't know what it was. But I'd say I recommend it, giving it a shot. Because it just feels like how Call of Duty is supposed to be played.
Because, with the controllers, you've got the thumbsticks. So it's sort of like...
Come out of ECOUT, nigga. Do it like this. Do it, we come out of ECOUT, nigga. Hey, you feel me?
Hey.
Whole lot of stick play, nigga. You feel me? Whole lot of Draco shit, nigga. Whole lot of stick play, nigga. Whole lot of that.
And that's basically a live look into Xbox Live Chat.
Dude, that's literally what it is, and it's great. I love the lobbies. I love
you think the lobbies. Zoomers are like, all woke and stuff, but then, by the time like the 8th N-bomb gets dropped in like 10 seconds, you're like, wow.
We're all the same.
Yeah. So much has changed, and yet so much remains the same.
Not implying that I say the N-word all the time, by the way.
We'll see.
We're
strictly observers.
Yep. So we can wrap it up here, but we got one last topic here on the ye old doc here. What's being prepared 24 hours a day too little? What?
Yeah,
I'm trying to.
Who wrote that?
Being prepared is 24 hours a day too little? ?
Prepared for what?
Do we lose the one who wrote that?
Who wrote that?
Oh, I wrote that. I said it as a joke, and I guess we're still going to talk about it.
Well, you put it in the notes.
Yeah. We talked about it before the podcast when everyone was showing up late. Like Charles was asleep, but then like Elliot.
To be fair, what happened? The first time I was late.
Elliot said he was 2 minutes. That's fine. He said he was 2 minutes late, and then Nick said something about living with roommates that cause you to be late.
Living with women.
Yeah.
But then I forgot that Elliot doesn't live with one of those.
Yeah. So why was your knee-jerk reaction to blame women?
Well, on the show here, we have the I Hate Women collection, which
Tactical nuke incoming!
That's going to keep counting down at that volume until you go and buy the shirt.
You'll hear that in your sleep.
Someone bought the shirt.
Someone bought the shirt. It worked that easily.
And then speaking of buying things, I don't know where I'm going with this. Bitcoin. Brady, why don't you go ahead and take it away?
Yeah, so I pre-purchased Call of Duty.
Nice. That's all the time we got, guys. We'll see you next week.